Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts and theories and speculation as to when Ahmanet, the mummy, could return to the Dark Universe. Now before I start going into it, of course, and I keep talking for too long, please be warned that this video will be full of massive spoilers regarding the recent Universal film The Mummy, released earlier this summer with Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe and Sofia Boutella. So again, please be warned that this video will be going into very specific, super spoiler-sized details for The Mummy. So if you have not seen The Mummy yet and you wish to do so, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be going into massive spoilers. Specifically, the ending of The Mummy, since this is a video regarding how Ahmanet could return to the Dark Universe. So, you have been warned. That being said, so the last we saw Ahmanet, Nick, played by Tom Cruise, had used some of his new godlike powers, limited powers I would say, in order to defeat her, and he basically sucked out her life force, drained out her life force, and she became this shriveled up, wrinkled corpse. And after that, we saw her being placed back into her original sarcophagus, and then they filled the sarcophagus with mercury, and to weigh it down, of course. And then they basically seal it, and then keep it within the headquarters of Prodigium, the monster hunting agency led by Dr. Henry Jekyll, aka Mr. Hyde, played by Russell Crowe. So Ahmanet is at the moment dead, and I say dead because with mummies, you know, they're already undead and they're not necessarily gone altogether. It's not like she evaporated or disintegrated into a million pieces or anything. For at the moment, I would say she's in stasis, or like just in hibernation, because you know, she's all shriveled up and wrinkled up, but her body remained intact, and now she's just been buried in her sarcophagus that's been filled with mercury to keep the evil at bay. As we saw when they were trying to embalm her alive in the film, oof, that was hard to watch. You know, it's what kept her weakened, and that's what kept her at bay. So hopefully the mercury will keep her, you know, at bay for the most part. Now, here's what I think about Ahmanet, of her returning to the Dark Universe. I do not think there will be a second Mummy film. I don't see a sequel happening anytime soon, because unfortunately this film did not do well both commercially and critically. You know, it was ripped apart by critics. I personally enjoyed it. I got what I wanted to see. Speaking on a personal level, I got exactly what I wanted to see, and even though the ending threw me off a little bit at first, after seeing the movie for the third time and paying extra close attention to the details of the ending, I slowly got on board with it more. So besides the ending that kind of threw me off, I got exactly what I wanted to see, and I may get ripped apart for this, but I thought it was a great way to kick off the Dark Universe. I thought it was a great, compelling, exciting story, and I got exactly what I wanted to see, so I was overall very, very satisfied with it. However, obviously, not everybody felt the same way, and that's okay. We're all entitled to our own opinions, and quite frankly, I wasn't too surprised by the people's initial reaction and the critics' reaction to this film, but I think a handful of us enjoyed it, and I just hope that this doesn't discourage Universal from stopping or scrapping their Dark Universe plans, because I really want to see them move forward. And I'd like to think as The Mummy is a learning experience for them, and now they know what to do and what not to do for their next monster film, and which is Bride of Frankenstein. So just to give you guys an update on the Dark Universe, as far as I know, it has not been scrapped yet. Right now it sounds like it's very much up in the air. The next slated monster film is supposed to be Bride of Frankenstein for February 14th, 2019. So far we only have a confirmation of one cast member, and that is Javier Bardem, who will be playing Frankenstein's monster, of course, which I think is a great casting. I can totally see him pulling that off. We have no word yet regarding who will play the bride herself or Dr. Victor Frankenstein, the mad scientist. So no word as of yet, except Javier Bardem will be playing the monster, and it will be directed by Bill Condon, who recently did the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. So that is where we're at right now with the Dark Universe. Just to let you guys know where we're at. It seems to be very up in the air right now. There hasn't been any official confirmation or announcements regarding the end of the Dark Universe, or if Universal is scrapping their plans. No word as of yet, but I promise you guys, once I hear something official and sound, I will let you guys know. So anyway, getting back to Ahmanet. Like I said, I don't see her coming back in a Mummy sequel. I suppose it's possible, but I do see her coming back for another monster film. I don't know which monster she could share screen time with. I don't know if they plan to do a monster-style Avengers-type movie, or if not an Avengers-type movie, like a superhero ensemble film, just at least an overall ensemble film, which I think would be really cool to see all of these iconic, amazing monsters all sharing screen time together. If it's done right with the right kind of balance and storytelling, I think it can be pulled off. And maybe they'll save Ahmanet to return for that, for the big monster ensemble film, if they ever intend on doing one. And if not, another possibility that occurred to me is that if we do get, for some reason, a Jekyll Hyde film, a solo Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde film, where we see Dr. Jekyll first experimenting on himself and first turning into Mr. Hyde, possibly before the days of Prodigium, before he became the head of Prodigium and he was just a scientist who was like experimenting on himself. Maybe then we'll see her come into play, because maybe the Jekyll Hyde solo film will see Mr. Hyde becoming loose once again in the headquarters of Prodigium, and while he's loose and rampant, he purposefully releases the mummy from her sarcophagus and spills all of the embalming fluid out of her, and then I don't know if he steals her corpse or something, but maybe the two of them escape together or something like that. But I could see the possibility of Ahmanet returning in the future, not for her own solo sequel film, but definitely for the bigger picture, for a larger ensemble film with all of these Universal monsters. Something may happen where Prodigium either reluctantly or willingly resurrects her, and there's something or some kind of spell or enchantment that could bring her back to life. And in terms of mystical or powerful monsters, if you think about it, Dracula and the Mummy are the only two monsters who really have anything supernatural or mystical about them. Well, I mean, like in terms of powers and strengths. So perhaps Dracula could have a hand in resurrecting Ahmanet from her sarcophagus. Maybe Prodigium tells him to, or maybe he frees her from Prodigium and makes her an ally or a servant after he resurrects her or something like that. But I do see Ahmanet returning to join the bigger picture being a larger ensemble film with all of these Universal monsters. So, just to let you guys know, for a quick recap, Dark Universe plans up in the air. Nothing is official yet in terms of its continuation or cancellation. Johnny Depp is set to play the Invisible Man at some point. Bride of Frankenstein is the next monster film, and it's slated for a Valentine's Day release in 2019. Javier Bardem will play the Frankenstein monster. No word yet as to who will play the bride or the mad scientist himself. Bride of Frankenstein will be directed by Bill Condon, who recently directed Beauty and the Beast, and Alex Kurtzman, who directed The Mummy, is set to produce or executive produce both Bride of Frankenstein and future monster films. So we'll see. I think in early 2018 or in mid 2018, we're bound to get some kind of news or confirmation regarding who will play the Bride of Frankenstein, or at least an overall update as to what exactly is going on with Dark Universe. So let's not lose faith just yet. Let's hope things work out for the best. And I sincerely hope Universal has learned from their mistakes, and now they know what to do and what not to do moving forward. Overall, personally speaking, I would love to see the continuation of the Dark Universe. Like I said, I really enjoyed The Mummy. And I just would absolutely love to see all of these big, famous monsters share the big screen one day all together. Whether they're teaming up or if they're fighting each other, whatever the circumstances, I just think that would be something really, really titillating to see. All of these big monsters joining this big screen together for a big ensemble outing. Well, guys, what do you think about the return of Ahmanet? Do you see her returning to the Dark Universe anytime soon? And if she is going to return, how? Will somebody specifically resurrect her? Mr. Hyde, Dracula, Prodigium? Please leave your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. As usual, please feel free to leave your opinions down below, but let's keep it civil and be respectful of one another's beliefs and opinions, of course. You may disagree with one another, just please no hostile internet trolling. Thank you so much for watching this video here on the EdWord. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more fan theory videos like this one and other great content I've got coming your way. Have a great rest of the night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.